gathered in Houston to rally for immigration reform.
This time what we asking the President Obama to don't forget we are his cheap labor, but we want to be legally registered this time.
The rally was a mix of American citizens and illegal immigrants like Ronis Vasquez.
All me want to do is just get papers, work, because I'm from Honduras, Central America. I got no papers. I work with my stepdad, and I paint houses. I make a living.
Vasquez says he came to America by train to help support his family.
$1 bill, $1 US bill. In my country, it's $20. Lempiras, and that's a lot. Buy some whole rice, some beans, some water. That's good.
Protesters at the rally were especially outspoken about Arizona's controversial new law.
I mean, hello, Arizona. What are you, police?
And so, this Arizona law, it's just barbaric. It's foolish, and it's going to lead down to racial discrimination just on the color of your skin. And I don't think it's fair, not for me and not for anyone else.
But just across the street, there was another group of protesters that didn't feel the same way.
It is against federal law to come into this country illegally. If they want to come in here and come the right way through the front door like a lot of us have, fine, but come through the front door and obey our laws.
In the end, everyone was here for change, even if we still don't know what that is.
Our children's future is going to be different tomorrow.
Reporting in Houston, Mike Rockwood, 39 News.
I was in the house, and the cops was knocking on the door.
21-year-old Robert Bernard says his brother, 23-year-old Donald Ray Bernard, refused to surrender. He barricaded himself inside after Harris County Precinct 6 constable deputies came looking for him serving a felony warrant.
And then next thing you know, he started acting crazy, so throwing stuff, tearing up the house, making threats to him,
Bernard began throwing objects out the window. We're told a frying pan struck a Precinct 6 deputy in the head. That's when SWAT was called in.
After several hours of negotiations, the brother of the suspect managed to escape unharmed.
The 21-year-old managed to jump out an upstairs window. His brother was downstairs.
I had to get out of there.
Eventually, SWAT members made their way inside the home. Bernard tried to escape from the upstairs window. He was tased and taken into custody. HPD officers say he only had some minor cuts.
Those injuries, we believe, were caused when he broke the window and got out onto the ledge from the broken glass. He cut himself.
We spoke to the suspect's father, who was upset because he says his son is mentally unstable.
He's sick anyway, he's bipolar.
Meanwhile, the younger brother is glad it all came to an end.
But he needed help, and he needed to go to the hospital and get checked out. And hopefully he'll learn his lesson. So.
Myra Moreno, 39 News.
Parents dropping off kids at the school at St. George were greeted by dozens of students, giving them not so gentle reminders that they are driving in a school zone. 2 years ago, 6-year-old Jett Way was hit in the crosswalk as he was heading into the school. The driver allegedly talking on a cell phone, though Jett's mom, Kelly, says it could not be proven beyond reasonable doubt the driver was actually on the phone.
Basically, there's a technicality between the time of the accident and the time on the phone. There's no one with a stopwatch. You understand what I mean? So.
Now, Mom Kelly, with the school's help, is taking her fight directly to the drivers.
We're just saying this is not acceptable, and we're not letting this go away. I mean, every day I see from my house and the kids here, and I mean, they even tell us their own parents are on the phone going through the school zone. So we just really need to make this aware.
She wants to see more officers patrolling the school zone and actually enforcing the law. Councilmember Jolanda Jones says the city will do its part.
Sometimes drivers just aren't paying attention. So any kind of awareness that we can do, I think that we have a pulpit. We need to do that because children need to be safe when they're going to school.
Students not only worked, but wanted to make the day count. Hoping to set a world record, they launched paper airplanes, all inscribed with special messages in honor of their jet.
We miss Jett, so
We miss him a lot.
it's so sad that somebody wasn't concentrating on the road.
Well, Jett's looking down on us now. He would just be so proud to see all the support, and he would not want this to happen to another family.
Katisha Cosley, 39 News.
Carlos Barber Shop opened the same year America landed a man on the moon. Like many businesses around NASA, the two have been indelibly linked ever since. Astronaut Alan Shepard famously made a hair appointment here from space.
AP put it all over the world. Astronaut makes hair appointment from space.
That's why so many are upset at what could happen to the Clear Lake area if NASA starts clearing out.
They say that barbers have their fingers on the pulse of the community. And other businessmen come in and tell me that how they see it, it's really going to devastate.
There's so much concern about the thousands of jobs that could be lost. There's even a web campaign dedicated to saving manned spaceflight and preserving Houston's reputation as Space City.
It's not just about jobs in this area, it's about national leadership, and that's where we feel that the president's budget is lacking, and it allows us to rely on the Russians for an undetermined number of years.
That message was echoed by lawmakers who spoke at NASA today, promising to fight for spaceflight.
And we're willing to sit down with the president and talk to him about alternatives to ensure that we keep our dominance in U.S. human spaceflight.
Jesse Salinas, back over at Carlos, sure hopes it works. He says this business, like so many others, would be grounded right along with NASA.
Personally, it would really devastate the business here.
Houston has its share of museums, like the one for fine art, natural science, and children. But now there is one like no other.
This museum is absolutely unique.
Inside the Baylor College of Medicine, a first look at the Michael DeBakey Library and Museum. You won't find anything like this in a medical school or hospital. The life of a pioneer in heart surgery.
I hope people walk out of here with what Dr. DeBakey wanted. That was to be inspired to strive for the very highest level of achievement.
That means most of DeBakey's notes, his papers, and awards are here. From presidents to heads of state, DeBakey's influence and impact fills one of the walls. His inventions fill a number of exhibits.
There are only two that we know exist, and this is one of them.
This is one of the original roller pumps, a device DeBakey invented while a medical student. It would prove essential in open heart surgery. Nearby, a replica of a working OR and the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest civilian award in the United States. This is Dr. DeBakey's desk, and we're told there's something very unscientific here. These burn marks all over here. It's from hot cookware from Dr. DeBakey's dinners. We're told sometimes he would get preoccupied and not realize where he was putting things down. Dr. George Noon was a longtime colleague of DeBakey.
The design standpoint was completed before he died, and so he was very pleased and heard him and was with him many times when we came through the museum and looked at the designs, and so he was very pleased with what it showed.
It took 3 years to build this museum, but it really took 70 years to make it all happen. A remarkable career displayed just the way Dr. DeBakey wanted it. Steve Simon, 39 News.
The Gensch family is a team. Their sport is soccer. Their opponent is cancer. David Gensch lost a son to cancer. His 3 other sons were diagnosed with the same disease, a rare form of cancer called mixed cell tumor. The first son to get it was Michael.
It's been a pretty rough 10 years. My son Michael first got diagnosed in 2000.
Michael died in 2002, but cancer wasn't done with the Gensch family. 2 years later, Ryan was diagnosed with the same cancer, and he wasn't given much time to live. But Ryan beat it. The cancer infested Ryan's spine and made him a paraplegic. He was confined to a wheelchair for 4 years and told he would never walk again. Now at the age of 27, Ryan's 5 years in remission, out of a wheelchair and walking with the use of a cane.
10% chance to live. Told my mom they're gonna lose another son, and I wasn't gonna let that happen, so I had to fight through it. But I'm here now, so can't complain.
His brothers, 22-year-old Eric and 19-year-old Jonathan, share the same fate. And like Ryan, both are in remission.
I'm like 5 years out now, and
Go get checkups every 6 months, and so far it's been good.
I knew I was probably going to get it. All three of my brothers have had it, and I was pretty much the next one on the list in terms of that. So I was kind of expecting it, but it's still a shock to actually hear it.
Oh, nice, very nice. This weekend, the Gensch family volunteered to help out at Glenn Davis's Kick Cancer Soccer Camp. Proceeds help raise money for cancer research.
In the end, it's really about celebration, and the vehicle of soccer is a wonderful match for fighting cancer.
This is great. You know, we've had the disease. We love the game of soccer. What a better way to come out and try to contribute and volunteer and, you know, give kids hope.
One family, one team, one goal. Kick cancer. Matt Samsel, 39 News.
Don't let anyone say that it's just a game, for I've seen other teams and it's never the same.
Oh, I feel like a kid again. It's the Pearland Little League All-Stars, the Superstars. They're going to Williamsport. How good does it get? You win the state championship, you're off to Williamsport, the community loves you, and Craig Biggio is waiting in the studio to receive you and asking the kids for autographs. Does it get any better than that?
How are you? How you doing, sir? How are you? Get you? I know you back here. Somebody who went deep? Somebody went deep, right center? Two bombs were right center? Two different guys or something? Or was that different?
Lifts this one out to left field, and another big blast from Pearland.
We all knew that we would have a chance, and we just come out ready to play every day.
It just felt really great to be there because we knew we had a chance to go to Williamsport.
Should Craig Biggio be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
And all of a sudden it popped out my glove, and I was like, oh crap. And I just stayed with it and just got the out.
And then what? And then a mob scene ensued.
For the first time, Pearland, Texas is heading to the Little League World Series in Williamsport.
Teach them how to play hard, pray hard, and have faith in themselves.
I will play fair and strive to win, but win or lose, I'll always do my best.
It's a big deal, and we're excited for you, and we're really happy for you because you're a good bunch of young men and well-disciplined and very humble. So I tell my kids, when things start speeding up around you, try to slow it down because it's going to speed up, but try to slow it down. So step out, take a big deep breath, get your composure back, and then try to go out and do what you're focused at doing.
Playing on Monday night, the vibe, what's the difference?
Well, this is playing on Monday night. The whole nation is watching you. You're the only game that's on TV, so your peers, your family, everybody get a chance, you know, just to see you play and just to go out there.
The whole thing about the NFL is Monday Night Football. You know, like he said, it's prime time, and you grow up wanting to play on that big stage.
You guys go from primetime game to primetime game. You haven't had the results you're looking for in primetime. How can you guys change that?
I mean, we just got to take it play by play, man. You can't control the past. What's done is done. All you can do is look towards the future and work. And everybody on this team, our mindset is the same. We go to practice the same with the same intention, and that's work.
All right, talk about the hammer over here.
Oh man, oh man, what more can I say? I mean, he's been putting the work in this league for years, man, and I think he's just now starting to get the attention he deserves. It's still not enough, in my opinion, but he's a heck of a teammate, man. I'm glad I got him on my side, and I'm glad I got him clearing the way for me.
We talked a couple years ago about trying to get you a Pro Bowl launch. Didn't work all the way. How important would that be for you, Vontae?
Well, let's just say, really truly and all, you know. I'm not gonna lie. All I really want to do is just win. You know, we get us some wins and stuff. The Pro Bowl vote and the Pro Bowl is just gonna take care of itself. You know, my first ultimate goal is helping the team win. If I make the Pro Bowl, that's another thing. That's one of the goals. That's an individual goal. But my main goal is just to help the team win.
What does it mean for you for him to lead the league? 1,230 yards.
He make me look good, you know. There's a lot of plays in there, you know, that he do by himself. There are a lot of plays I open up and make there. Hey, he do the rest, and the rest is history. So it makes me feel good, you know. Hopefully we can continue this streak, continue this path.
Arian, yourself, when you see some of those holes light up, maybe it's clogged and suddenly the hammer comes running through there and you see something light up and you just totally change. Talk about that feeling, and after that play is over, how much interaction do you guys have together?
Well, I think it started last year when I first got here. When I first started getting in the rotation, I kind of developed a trust, whereas you know, I don't have to hesitate in the hole. I know that it's going to get cleared. I think that's big as a running back when you can just trust your blockers and your fullback. You know, you're out there with your boy, and you know you're out there talking stuff to the other team, and you know he gonna ride with you, and you gonna ride with him. So it's fun, man. That's what football is all about.
Y'all get to play a game, and I was never good enough to play, and most people never good enough to ever play. We think we can, all these backs, but y'all get to play.
Well, at the end of the day, you can't lose sight that it's just a game. At the end of the day, you know, truly you want to go out there, you want to win and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's a game. You know, it's a game that you've been playing ever since you was a little boy. You know. I
think a lot of guys take it real serious because at the end of the day, it is a business, and this is how we support our families. But at the same time, when you're in the mix of it, it's a game, man. It's tackling and it's blocking and it's catching the ball. It's making guys miss. It's trash talking. We've been doing this since we were little, so. You know, it's a business, but you can't lose sight of the fact that it's a game. You got to go out there and smile, or else you're going to psych yourself out.
You guys have 4 games left in the season. It's a 4-game season right now. You guys have had great moments, but it can't seem to always get it together, and you got to find a way to win. How can you win tonight?
I think you got to take care of home first, and that starts with me and him right here. You know, as executing this pass protection, I think your main goal as an offense is to keep your defense off of the field. You know, let them guys rest, and it eats up the clock. And I think it starts with the running game. And you know, we've taken pride in that all year, and I think we're in the upper echelon of the league in running the ball, but we could always be better.
What we need to do, we need to step up and hit them in the mouth and hit them first and hit them often, because if we don't, you know, it's going to be a long day for us. But I think the key to the game is controlling the line of scrimmage and, you know, getting our run game going. If we can do that, I think we'll be successful.